Now, when it comes to your smartphone, do you relate to any of this? Do you avoid answering calls? So when your phone rings, do you feel any anxiety or stress? Do you worry about who is calling you or what you're going to talk about? Now, do you feel uneasy before, during or after the call? Do you prefer texting or phone calls? Now, if you experience most of these symptoms, then chances are that you could be suffering from what is known as phone anxiety. Now, some of you may be hearing this term for the very first time, but it's as real as it gets. It's said to be pretty common amongst those who have a social anxiety disorder. Now, understand that you may dislike making or receiving phone calls, but that does not mean that you have phone anxiety. It's telephobia when talking to someone on phone causes you to experience certain extreme symptoms. They could be emotional, like heightened anxiety, or physical, like nausea or dizziness. In fact, various studies have substantiated that phone anxiety is actually a pretty common fear and that there are various reasons behind this. For instance, some people are not okay with conversations being limited to just voice. The absence of facial expressions, gestures or eye contact could be pretty daunting for them. In phone conversations, pauses can be overwhelming for people with anxiety-induced thoughts. Silence on the other end could be a sign that a chat is not going well. Now, confrontation or fear of being misunderstood are other reasons. So now comes the most important question. What can you do if the phone calls make you anxious? Number one, look for the symptoms and accept that you're dealing with phone anxiety. Acceptance is the first step to recovery. Secondly, the second fear is the biggest fear, and the best way to deal with it is to muster up the courage to face your fears. Now, expose yourself to more phone calls. The more you do it, the better you can actually get, and you can start with having lengthy conversations with your friends or your loved ones. Thirdly, seek professional help if you feel the need. And there are various talking therapies that are available. Cognitive behavior therapy is one such. It can also help people overcome distressing thoughts and emotions. The phone anxiety is a serious issue. It can cost people their mental well-being and adversely impact their overall quality of life. So if you know someone who is suffering from phone anxiety, then encourage the person to use more of the phone and to overcome the phone anxiety. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.